I'm hoping this video is an introduction to the urban homestead that I'm starting. I'm in Akron, Ohio. I'm right across the street from an interstate highway, and we're trying to be self-sufficient. So Zone 5B, here we go. So I want to replace all lawn. So I started last year with this tree lawn. It's going to be all perennial herbs. I've got mint, thyme, oregano, and St. John's wort established there. I also have hostas ringing the tree because hostas are edible and they're great. Over here on this edge of the house, establishing daylilies, which are also edible. This area here is really nice and sunny, so we're going to do lots of herbs in here, just make it really like an English cottage garden, but with herbs and edibles. We want to put service berries up against the house here and in front of that porch. Hopefully that will, we don't have them yet this year, so we'll see if we get them this year. Down on the slope, I've been establishing beautiful strawberries. So we'll spend some time this year cutting back the grass to give them more room to come, but eventually they will outcompete the grass. I think I want to do maybe rose bushes up here, perhaps this year, not sure, because roses are edible, plus they're pretty. We've got 2 rings of hostas going underneath the Japanese maple, so hopefully they'll come back this year and they'll do really well. Hostas are edible, and then the great thing is, once they're established, they're easy to divide and propagate. We're doing strawberries all along this slope, all the way around everywhere that it slopes. We're doing strawberries, a little bit of borage right here. We're doing borage around the stop sign, again because I don't like lawn, but also because borage is delicious, and I have bunnies, so it's food for bunnies too. This area here to the fire hydrant, we're gonna leave that and set it up with some signage to be a place where neighborhood dogs can poop, which we will eventually compost. I noticed that once I started planting things on the tree lawn, the neighbors did stop having their dogs poop on the tree lawn, but then it was just on the sidewalk, and I want to be able to participate in the community as well. And since poop is compostable, we are going to give them a space to just leave it. I don't want to interrupt what my neighbors do. Right up here against this enclosed porch is for cats and bunnies. So I want to plant fennel here, not so much to eat, but because I want, I think they get so big, I think it'll be really beautiful for the cats. Around here, this is where I'm going to establish my greens and my lettuces, maybe some perennial greens. I'm going to succession plant in here, and hopefully it's partially shaded, but I think it should do really well. We'll see. These trees, I'm just not sure if they've got a lot longer to go. So this year I would like to buy a maple to establish between them, because the shade they provide for my house keeps it really, really cool. And I want to keep that going. And then on this tree lawn, this is where we will establish any chives and onions and perennials that are toxic to our cats, because we do bring our cats out into the garden, but we don't want them obviously to be injured by the plants, which is also why we keep the daylilies on that side of the house and way back there by the garage, because we want our cats to be out here. But we're going to establish also some perennial like chrysanthemums. There's a little bit of a native aster right there that we kept last year, and it's beautiful. This area is going to be borage because that is the foundation for a cat enclosure. So when we build it, they'll be able to come out of the windows on the top and come down into it. So borage is something that's not toxic for cats. This is a little bit of a hot mess. There's a lot going on trying to make this fence look nicer. I'm gonna do maybe some lemon balm here, build a little bed here, do a trellis, do some beans. I'll be building shelves in here, so this will be my garden area, and maybe replacing this. This is leaky and I don't like it. Maybe replacing it with an IBC tote. Also one in the front of the house too, so we can get even more. So that's where we keep when the cats come out in the garden with us. This area I'd like to establish lavender, sage, and rosemary. I think that should be beautiful. This whole area and this slope here, this is where we're going to have all of our pollinators: Queen Anne's lace, echinacea, milkweed. Eventually we want to do raspberries along the fence, but since the fence will have to be replaced, we're going to leave it for now and do some raspberries here. That's our massive compost bin. That's one edge of a raised bed. So this whole back area is mostly going to be veggies. It's 36 square feet. We want to do, for privacy, we're going to alternate Rose of Sharon and lilac in that area. And then back here, so many areas for raised beds. We've got stuff to make trellises. That blue compost is going. It was capped. We'll be using that this year, cleaning up that area along the garage, perhaps establishing asparagus around the garage, but also building some can't think of the name, cat houses. Basically, we've got stray feral cats, so we want to give them places to stay warm in the winter, but we also want to make sure that we can trap and neuter them. Next to the compost, we're going to build another compost, this one with a lid. It's going to be better. And then this whole area, lots of greens. That tree that we sourced for free, we're going to make it our pathway from the stairs here over to the driveway. And we've got a pawpaw over there. We might put another pawpaw right here. We might sneak it up over here. Plus, my neighbor across the street let me replace her whole front yard. It's going to be beautiful. Creeping phlox and herbs and blue stem grass. It's going to be great. I'll update you on that as well. Started to get some daylilies going here, and we're thinking back here, maybe elderberries. Long term, we hope the garage will be a chicken rabbit coop long term, but we want to establish this area back here as well. So it's a lot, and it's not a big lot, and it's urban, and it's zone 5B in Northeast Ohio, but I think it'll be awesome. So this is Ryerson Valley Farms, and I don't know, like or subscribe or whatever. It's my first video, but there'll be more as I continue all our projects and indoor stuff too.